Buongiorno and welcome to Tuscany in Italy. Welcome to Scarlino, day number 1 of the Rolex TP52 World Championship 2017. We have 10 boats lining up on the start today. 3 past world champions in quantum racing who won in Menorca last year, Azura and Ran Racing. But the fleet is incredibly open. It's a very challenging venue and everybody is on fire.
This is the regatta of the year to really be good. This is the one to win, and I think there's a lot of boats here who have the ability to win. I've never seen this fleet coming as much together. It's very, very open. It's not clear who's going to win. I think there are 7-8 boats there who can really win this regatta.
The normal wind comes over Piombo, and it comes in either from the right or the left. It's pretty random. One side, the right strong, the other side, the left strong, the wedge in the middle. So, I mean, this is probably the most tactically difficult place to sail we've ever sailed with these boats.
I don't remember to sail with this breeze since many years, so it will be a big question mark, but not just for me. I think that will be for everybody.
Yeah, he's probably kidding. I bet you Vasco does know, but no, I think you're going to see, some pretty tight racing and a number of teams up in the top. So, some big numbers are available out there, so we're just trying to avoid it.
Well, after that dramatic crash in Miami between Sled and Gladiator, it's been a race against time for the Gladiator shore team. They've done a wonderful job getting the boat ready, and Gladiator are ready to race.
We had a race on to get back to Europe and repair. What you can see now was all taken out, and we worked up at Persico Marine in Bergamo in the north of Italy with a fantastic team there who did an amazing job and cut the entire back section of the boat that I'm currently sat on and you guys are on now. Cut the whole thing out and re-glued it back in to make a boat again.
A little bit of a frustrating start to the Rolex TP52 World Championship. Scarlino 2017, the first race appeared to get away in nice conditions, but by the second beat it was evident that the breeze was collapsing, fighting with a northeasterly, and it had to be abandoned. So race number 1 did get away in the end after a delay of an hour and a half in a breeze from 070, 11 to 12 knots of breeze. Sled and Platoon made a good start off the pin end of the line. Quantum Racing have a really nice lane, as do Azura. Azura starting more towards the committee boat end of the line, but Bernenasek and Provezza are both over the start line. Quantum and Azura lead from the mid left of the first leg. It's really all about the port ley line call to start with. Round the top mark, Quantum are just ahead, overlapped with Azura. Sled in third place, then Platoon, Gladiator, Allegre and Sorsha. Sled jibed away down the first run and lost out a little bit. Then up the second beat, a match race develops between Quantum and Azura. Azura forced out of phase and having to engage with Platoon. Platoon had made a really nice gain up that second beat and actually got through Azura. So the finishing order, Quantum Racing, the defending champions, win the first race. Platoon in second place, Azura third and Sled in fourth.
I think that we need to be happy because I think that we have the first race, we have a bad start, we have a penalty, and luckily the wind died and the race was unfair, and I think that Maria did a great call to cancel the race. The second race, I think that I make a couple of mistakes. I think that I should take the second beat on Platoon, and I went a little safe to leeward just in order to keep going, and this is where I think that we lost the phase of the wind.
Exactly what we expected, puffy, shifty, and our team's always been pretty good at the gear shifting, and a lot of work with Bora. He did a great job, and Terry, as always, was just on top of his game all day.
We picked the wrong side of the racetrack, and that sets you back, and we only had one race, so we had hope for another race to get back into it, and it's many races to go, so we're looking forward to tomorrow.
And the standings after the first race, then Quantum Racing, defending champions, lead after day 1. Platoon in second, Azura third and Sled in fourth. Well, if Miami was all about Lamborghinis, Martinis and bikinis, here it's Ferraris, Camparis and Cappuccinos. Good night from Scarlino.
has been full of surprises so far. Now, when we first heard we were going to Dachan, which is a quiet little town on the seaside, this is the last place we expected to find ourselves. But get a look at the mountains around me. With so many talented athletes having gathered here in Dachan, we wanted to take the chance to investigate what they all do in terms of training and preparing for a big event.
You know, when you hang out with somebody as a coach, you're just watching how he deals with everything, how he deals with the stress and the distractions and his self-motivation. I'm not a little league coach in the sense that I'm going to wake you up at 7 a.m. and make sure you do your push-ups or do your gym work. But I've set him up with programs, and then he's left up to his own devices to be motivated to do his own work.
The AP flag was up and down all day as the wind reading continued to tease us with 4, 5, and then finally the required minimum of 6 knots. Even when most of the kites managed to get on the water though, the wind didn't stick around long enough to call on a race. There's been a huge amount of effort and enthusiasm that's gone into this event. And frustrating as it may be, the one thing we will never be able to control is the wind. But you never know. Tomorrow could still surprise us.
Here is the World on Water's 35th America's Cup report.
The lines were around the block to get into. This is really a perfect venue. This is the stadium sailing that everybody dreamt of.
Incredible. I believe we are all clear. Great start in Bermuda.
Background. Who'd have ever thought you'd have crowds like this at a sailboat race?
My passion for sailing began on holidays in North Norfolk on the coast. We used to go there every summer. So my first ever boat was an Optimist called Kermit, a yellow plastic Optimist. And I've still got my Enterprise that I got, I think, when I was about 15, very old, I think built in the 1950s. I arrive and the rest of my family arrive just before the racing starts, and we'll be here to the bitter end. I'm so involved and so invested in this team that for me there's no pleasure in watching it at all. I find it absolute agony. I've talked about actually setting myself up a little chair in the engine room of the boat so I won't be able to see or hear anything, and someone can text me the result. From nothing to where we are today, to the scale of the people involved, the things that we've achieved, what we're sitting in here in Bermuda. There are two aspects of racing that I really love. I think one is it's so unforgiving.
It's a drag race over the final 100 meters. They're coming together. It'll be Land Rover BAR that claims second place.
If you go the wrong way, if you make the wrong choice, if you do the wrong thing, you know about it immediately, which compared to many other normal parts of life just isn't the case. The sense of team spirit that you get from a group of people on a boat working together in sort of ideally in perfect harmony with a single aim of winning a race is a fantastically rewarding thing. It's going to be incredibly thrilling and an amazing spectacle.
Just normal numbers, please. Copy. Yeah. 7, yeah. Right.
Like where Peter's Shrub, you can't drive through it.
There you go, Emirates to New Zealand. You're not going to get a better view than that. Camera that straight, but this is awesome.
My name's David Kellett. Victor was born in the Ukraine and was a full-time student at the Ukraine athletic team, becoming an honorary master of sport after 10 years and then as the president. He was awarded a special diploma with a gold medal for physical culture at the Nikolaev State Pedagogical Institute in the Ukraine. Victor sailed both 470 and a Flying Dutchman to national championship wins, but retired in 1983 because of the boycott of the Los Angeles Games. This gave him the drive to become a coach, and what a coach he has become. After coaching the Ukraine 470 team in the 1996 Games, Victor accepted Yachting Australia's offer. How lucky were we? Following the 2000 Games, Victor was appointed the national head coach of the Australian sailing team and of the Australian Institute of Sport sailing program. He became a very proud Australian citizen on Australia Day in 2003. He was inducted into the 470 Hall of Fame in 2004 and awarded an OAM and the Queen's Birthday Honours in 2012. His coaching record is unbelievable, in excess of 14 crews to World Championship podium status. And in the Olympics, 1996 Ukraine Men's 470 gold, Ukraine Women's 470 bronze, 2000 Australian Men's 470 gold, 2000 Australian Women's 470 gold, 2008 Australian Men's 470 gold, 2008 Australian Women 470 gold, 2012 Australian Men 470 gold, and in 2016 the Australian Men's 470 is silver. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the medal maker, Victor Kovalenko.
The book, it's amazing. I'm shocked. This is one more special moment in my life when I say, please, pinch me, please. This is dream, this is not real. And I had this one many, many times. And now I'm very proud of this thing as well. And long time ago, 1988, Olympic Games in Seoul, our Soviet Union team, they won race number 4, they were winners. And I said to myself, this is a very special day in my life, and it means for me, I spend my life not for nothing. I achieve something special. My team won one race at Olympic Games. Yes, but this feeling's following me all of my life. And I'm proud of my team. I'm really thankful to them following me, trust me, and support me many times. And after this, it's amazing. The book, we were Olympic champions 6 times. We brought 10 medals, 10 Olympic medals. We were 18 times world champions. I got Order of Australia. I'm member of Australian Hall of Fame. My sailors were World Sailor of the Year in the men's category, in the women's category, and I'm a member of many prestigious clubs, sailing clubs all around the world. And it's fantastic, but this is a dream for me. Pinch me, please, pinch me. I cannot believe this as well, again, because this is unreal for me. All the time something happened, it's like unreal. I cannot believe it's me. I ask me, why? Why all of this happened? And how it's possible? But the answer is very easy. It's possible because people around me, my friends, my special friends who support me,
it. It's the last day here in Japan. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win today, but we did have results in every different category. You probably know them now, but I'll just give you a quick recap. The foiling, we had the most races done in the foiling, 7 races. It nearly went wrong for Anton Kestel today. He got a PMS, but in the end, like they say, they couldn't finish that 8th race. So he ends up on the top of the podium in 1st place. 2nd place, a great result for Sebastian Kuhnum from Denmark. And 3rd place, the ever consistent Antoine Albo. Shows he's still got what it takes in all the disciplines. But in the official slalom rankings, the men got the result. Only 1 elimination, but that stands, and that is how the rankings stand at the moment, as we've only had 1 elimination this year. 3rd place, Antoine Albo again, like I said, super consistent in all disciplines. 2nd place, a new man on the podium, the first time ever, the young Dutchman, Jordi Vonk. He's going to be super happy with that result. And at the top of the tree, his 2nd time there. He was once before there in Turkey, and now he's done it again. Julian Kentel, yes, he's right up at the top, and he is now leading the standings for 2017.
I'm feeling good. No, I'm very happy for win this event, and especially here, because it's a long time and the PWA don't come to Japan, and I come back to Japan and I come here. I saw on the poster is me. I'm very happy for this, and I'm so much happy I win this event.
In the girls, wow, we're likely story, the same girl at the top. Once again, Sarah Kita Offringa, the reigning slalom world champion, wins the 2nd event for this year. In 2nd place, a comeback from her result in South Korea, where equipment failure put her right down the order. But she's back, and it is, of course, Delphine Kusan, and she's in 2nd place. And Lena Erdl gets that final spot on the podium in 3rd place.
I'm feeling very happy to have won the event here in Japan. Similar to the first event, it was just 1 race, so that makes it hard as well, because if you make a mistake, then the whole event is over for you. So I'm happy that I kept it together and won the 2nd event of the tour.
That is it for Japan. It's been an amazing week, a great turnout from the spectators, and the Japanese really know how to make us feel welcome. The next stop on the tour will be in Spain for Costa Brava. Join us then.